All right, hit that again. All right, there we go. What's going on, guys? Yeah, Big John here. I gotta process some of this beef. We did manage to get out and get some extra. So when I'm done doing my egg fast this weekend, I'm actually gonna have some actual meat in the freezer and ready to go. I think I have 4 beef pat. Oh, I think I might be completely out. So, and that's been a problem. So that's why I did an egg fast for this week, because eggs are incredibly inexpensive. Hey there, Luke. Is that Luke? Yeah. Hey, Luke. Appreciate you jumping in there. But anyways, so I spent yesterday, I spent about over 6-7 hours yesterday on working to apply for one job. This was a process too, and I found out the hard way that our DOT website, where we update our physical cards, did not update my medical card. So I was driving around the entire time with no medical card. Well, I have a medical card and it's valid. It's just we're supposed to update it with DMV nowadays. And that's a problem. And this is not right. Come on. I need to do something with you guys. There we go. Make that a little, so you're not going to fall off the table. I'm trying to get you a little further away. There we go. All right. I don't know, tripod issues. That's kind of how it works some days. Hey there, Jill. So yeah, I was out working all day trying to apply for a major trucking company here in Alaska. And like I said, I started dialing in the application about 9 o'clock. I think I was done with all the background type information, 10-year work history. I had to come up with 7 years residency and, get that all on paper and also, print it out so I have copies of it for myself and I don't have to keep trying to put it all together. What a freaking mess. I mean, trucking applications take forever if you don't have all your ducks in a row. So if you had a couple decent jobs where you didn't have to worry about it, you tend to forget to keep this stuff updated for those rainy days when you're looking for an all year round job. And right now it's cloudy outside. It's not warming up as much as we'd hope. So up here in Alaska, we have a problem just trying to get work going. So I had to resort to applying to more year-round type positions because the seasonal stuff just isn't working out for us right now. There's about 100 drivers that I can think of right now that are struggling financially, similar to me. So, hey there, appreciate you there, Randy. So that went well. The gentleman I spoke to said he would hire me when I got to the company. So I had to run and basically borrow money to go get my driving record at one of the DMVs. And then I got to the DMV and the DMV wasn't there anymore at the old location. So I had to start searching around on my freaking phone trying to find out where that was. Then I got a phone call from another trucking company that wanted to hire me, but I looked into what they do, and I think it's going to be a little bit, that one was delivering groceries here around the Anchorage area. And you got to be pretty fit. So if you're like between the ages of, maybe 25 and 35, you have a pretty good chance of doing that type of job. But I told the lady over the phone, I was just trying to be as honest as possible. I was like, hey, I probably won't be a good fit for this job. There's no point in me, trying to do it, even though I'm desperate for work, because I'm probably not going to work out because you got to run up and down the ramps. You got to lift heavy boxes all day long. Hey there from Russia. You're my neighbor. Nice to meet you. And yeah, so I was just honest with her. We had a good talk. She was interested in the YouTube channel as well because I talk about weight loss and what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. We did chit chat for a little bit around those topics. That was nice. But still, I had to get over to DMV and get my driving record. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting story here. So just stay with me on this one. But I got over there. I paid $30 to get my driving record. I didn't really review it. I only have one ticket in the last year, and that was I think it was last October or last August. And that was, I ran a red light. It was my fault. I went to court, found out it was really my fault when I went to court. So that was kind of a pain in the butt. But I paid the fine, all that said and done. And what these companies are looking for, they're looking for like really major infractions, like 20 miles over the speed limit type infractions to, not approve you for driving there. Like one red light ticket in the last 10 or 20 years, they're not going to worry too much about that, even though it was recent. But it happens. Sometimes it happens because we just slide through the intersection. But this time it was just, I was obviously a space cadet that day. But I got my driving record back, and I didn't review it before I handed it over to the company. And then I get a call, like I was only like 4 or 5 blocks away, and he was telling me, it's like, hey, it says on here your medical card is expired, or it's not, there's something wrong there. And I was like, I got my medical card right here. And I updated it through the DOT website like we're supposed to. And there's no way for us to verify that that's been updated without spending money. So you can do it through the website. The only true way to verify it that I could come up with as of yesterday was to actually take your medical card down to a UMV or a DMV and, pay whatever money it costs to get that updated, and then make sure you have the receipt. So that way, if it comes back on you later on, because I didn't need a driving record for this entire time since I got my new medical card. And this could have potentially lost me other job opportunities that I've been applying for, because for this company, I had to go pull the record. That means I get to, check it out. But sometimes they'll just pull the record, and if they see that there's a problem with the medical card, they're just going to push the application off the desk and it's going to go in the bin. That's just an unfortunate situation. So I had to run all the way back there to that UMV, and I explained to the lady. They were super helpful, by the way, super helpful, helping me out. I think I was there for almost 2 hours, just standing there waiting to get this whole process figured out. And I explained to him, I said, hey, I had to borrow the money just to get the first driving record, and I can't use it. So that's like a wasted $30. So worst case scenario, I would have had to pay them another $30, update my medical card, and then pay an additional $30. If I wasn't very nice and cordial with them, I think that's how it would have ended up. So then I would have spent $90 on the whole process when I should have only spent, $60 or $30 at most. And yeah, what a headache. So 6 or 7 hours, just trying to get a job for pre-approval. So far it sounds like it's going to go through. We're also looking at, other options too. I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket, because if I don't get approved for this job, I'm still going to need to have a job. So like I said, I got another one on the back burner, but it seems like everybody's going on vacation. So even at this company, this gentleman's going on vacation Friday. At the other company, the other guy went on vacation the day I spoke with him, and then he's not going to be back until the 26th. And then I got to work on, if that's a job I'm going to do, we have to get a trucking packet set up so we can actually just, get in. It's like an owner operator type situation. So basically I found a truck through a friend of mine, and the person that owns it just brought it up from the lower 48, and it's ready to go. It just needs to be, do the packet, get the insurance figured out and all the permits, make sure it's good. It just needs new stickers on the side, and then it's ready to hook to a trailer and do a job. But that guy's not going to be back until the 26th, so I can't get that going. And even if I do get pre-approved for this current job, it's still going to take about a week or so before I can actually start making some money. So either way, everything is out. Everything is out, and I'm just struggling along. And this week I've been eating eggs. I've been doing an egg fast for the entire week. So I've been eating hard-boiled eggs, scrambled eggs in the morning, fried eggs, and stuff like that. And we did happen to come across enough money to buy a big giant chub. I need to start processing this in the meantime. I probably could have been doing that while we were just having that long discussion. But so far, things are looking up. It's getting promising. I'm hoping to be back on a regular type job where I can be more physical and get outside more. I can lose some more weight. I mean, that's the ultimate goal here, is I need to lose weight. I have lost the weight. I've lost over 135 pounds, and now I'm working on, the next 60 pounds. So trying to get down to 235. That would be nice. If I get down to 235 in the next, 4 or 5 months, that'd be great. If not, then the next year, 2 years, whatever. Weight loss is just a slow process, and you need to go away. Your food, I moved your food all the way over there. so I don't have to deal with you. It's over there. Go. I think I already got my Ziploc bags out and ready. There's something wrong here. I don't know why. It seems like I've had the camera set up here before. It just seems like you guys are like super close. I'm like, what in the world? And then this tripod just does not want to agree with me. What is going on here? Let's try this. Go this way. Usually this is not so hard for me to... There we go. That's a little better. Maybe I just need to get a whole new tripod set up altogether, because this is... What in the world is going on? There we go. Haha. Let's see what we got going on in here before I get my hands dirty. I got a lot of people saying hi. I got Shannon in the room. Hey there, Shannon. I appreciate you showing up. Long time, G. How's it going? I am not really on lives, on diet to me yet. Oh, I got you there. Yeah, just do the lives, man. They work out. Just turn it on and just start talking. It's pretty simple, but try to be interesting about it. You know, tell people what you're doing, stuff like that. What is 235 in kg? I don't know. If I were to figure that out, I'd need my phone, and we're on my phone right now. So I don't know what 235 is in kg, but I need to get my hands dirty because I got to clean all this up pretty soon. Now, let's see. What am I going to do here? So about this much. You're going to cut into this. Because no matter what, I got to get this meat processed and put away. And some of it I'm going to leave thawed out in case the wife wants to use it for dinner tonight. Because we've had little to no groceries for a little while. I mean, we got all the odds and ends in the pantry, but really not a whole lot to make, you know, an actual meal out of things. So there's been like a lot of weird type meals going on for the kids and the family lately. So we're going to package this up first. There we go. That way she's got some thawed meat that can go right into whatever she wants. That's probably 3 or 4 pounds. No, that's probably 3.5 pounds right there. So that'll be more than enough if she wants to make spaghetti or macaroni. I like when I was eating macaroni and stuff like that, or pasta, I used to like it really, really meaty. And I also used to like to make my spaghetti sauce. If I was going to make a spaghetti sauce, even lasagna or anything like that, I would make it with brown burger meat, and I would add in sausage, like Jimmy Dean's sausage. Might have a lot of crap in it. I don't know. I didn't super science Jimmy Dean's sausage, but I'm sure it does. It has a bunch of stuff in it. And I probably wouldn't eat it now, but that's kind of what I would use. Is I would get like the Jimmy Dean's, any kind of sausage. The stuff you can buy at Costco is usually peppered sausage. And then we just grind that up and we'd add it in to our spaghetti sauce. And it was just amazing. It had a nice flavor, nice texture, you know, similar to using moose meat or caribou. Caribou makes a really good tomato sauce as well, or even like a pizza sauce. Yeah, let's get all this cut up and put away. It's just one of those things. But yeah, when I'm done the egg fast, I'm totally gonna hook myself up with some burger patties. I've been craving these all week. And before I started doing the egg fast, I had 4 of these patties right before I started the egg fast, and they had some cheese on it, and they had, you know, a little bit of sriracha sauce and maybe a little bit of Kinder's barbecue sauce. They were pretty good. I mean, I wasn't disappointed in those, and they filled me up really good. So I wasn't really hungry. I think today was the first day that I started getting really hungry. So eggs Monday, Tuesday, and today's Wednesday. So that's pretty normal. Yeah, it's time to start feeling hungry. But even doing the egg fast, I can eat as many eggs as I want during the egg fast. I just tend to get burned out a little bit. So, you know, you eat so many eggs. It's like the sardine fast that I did. I was doing a sardine fast and sardine challenge. I made it 4 days. I think I had the wrong kind of sardines. I think they were packaged in some sort of oil, and that oil was creating problems. So I now get sardines that are packed in water, and those work really well. I use those all the time. Come on, you. Trying to make this last cut here, and then I can start molding these patties and start getting them put away. We'll start with this end over here, I guess. Hey. Yeah, we're making burger patties. Hey there, Donna. Nice to see you. Yeah, I've been working hard on trying to find work. And we did scrounge up enough money to get these burger patties right now. Now, somebody was nice enough to donate us a couple $100, and it came through a Venmo deal, but Venmo is holding on to that money for up to they could hold on to it for up to 21 days. The money showed up there immediately, and this was just to help with food costs for right now, get us through, get us over the hump, and hopefully back into a nice working situation without a whole lot of problems. So yeah, we're just playing it by ear and eating what we can. And I'm to the point now where, I've come so far along with this diet, this carnivore diet, and all this fasting practice that I just don't want to eat the old food that I used to eat. I mean, I might be hungry and starving and not feeling so great, but I just don't want to go back to that food because I remember how I used to feel. I mean, it made me feel like absolute trash. I don't want to feel like trash anymore, and feeling like trash every day is a choice. So I'm going to choose to eat less and feel healthier. I mean, if anything, I need to get out and do some more walking. That was something the wife was talking about the other day. She also mentioned that on one of my Facebook posts that I think Jill, she's a part of on Facebook. And if you guys want to find me on Facebook, it's I had to create an account a while ago just to have a Facebook account, and I set it up just to use Marketplace. So I used the name Walter King. But yeah, you can find me on Facebook at Walter King. And since then, I've tried to change my name a couple different times. It won't let me, but on the profile there, it'll say nickname as Big John, and that's my nickname anyways. So Big John or Big Man. But primarily, I only use my Facebook to discuss health-related topics. I don't put anything political on there. I don't have time for that nonsense. It's a public page, so pretty much anybody can join it. And I don't know why people are spamming it. I just started receiving spam in my messengers or in some of my public posts, and they're saying, "Oh, please friend me. I tried to friend you, but I couldn't because of such and such." And I'm like, yeah, that's not a problem. You can just send a friend request, and it's there. And I don't really monitor the page that well. I check on it for about 5 minutes in the morning. I scroll through, I see who I need to see or see what I not want to see. And sometimes I have it just for traffic updates, local Alaskan type traffic updates. So that way I know what the roads are doing further north or south, because we go both directions from Anchorage. We can go down to Kenai, we can go up to Fairbanks. But yeah, so this new job, I'm hoping I can slide on into the line board, and the line board is basically driving from like here to Fairbanks, here to Kenai, here to Valdez. And then once I, get enough hours in with the company, hopefully I can just start, running north to Prudhoe Bay. That's where the money's at, running the haul road up here. And boy, I tell you what, I could get a lot of footage off of that road and not have to put in any effort. Just put the camera on the dash and just let it do its thing. Don't even have to talk. And I can figure all that out after the fact, because there's so much that goes on up there. And when I ran up there years ago, we didn't have like GoPros and stuff like that. I mean, I wasn't even in the mindset of having a dash cam set up. And now that I have these new cameras, I can just set them up as a dash cam, let them run for hours on loop mode, just plug them into a charger, and they'll just run. And if something happens, so these cameras have a loop setting to where you can record for half an hour, and then after it reaches a half an hour, it kicks everything out past that, unless you hit the button. So if something interesting happens, I can hit the button and it can record back as far as 15 minutes, and then it'll save that segment, that 15-minute segment of interest. So that's kind of how we do it. You do it on loop mode. You have a close call with somebody, you can click the button. Coming around a corner, it can save up to 15 minutes. But you got to be careful because SD cards are only so big. I mean, I experimented with it last year when I was doing snow haul, and it worked pretty good. But I did fill up the SD card really fast. Let's see. A friend of mine was kicked off of Facebook for speaking about the carnivore diet. Really? That's strange. I got a lot of carnivore friends on Facebook. They must have. So Facebook is huge on disinformation. If there's something that she was trying to say is factual, instead of opinionated, I could see that happening. That could happen here on YouTube too. So I mean, if I came out here and just randomly said that this is the only way, and it's proven or something like that, because it's not the only way to get healthy. It is one of the major ways of getting healthy, and there's millions of people doing the carnivore diet with great success. I just happened to be one of them, and I didn't stumble across it on purpose either. It just happened this way. And I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for all the information I get and people that understand, how hard it is, because it's not easy. It was a year ago. I was eating processed food and trash, and I didn't know what I was doing to myself, and I didn't even put two and two together because I was so mentally unstable just from the food I was eating. I mean, we hear mental illness all the time out there, right? Mental illness, they talk about it all the time, and nobody ever talks about the food. They want to just medicate. That's the answer. Let's go to therapy. Let's go to these special meetings. Nobody ever talks about the food these people are eating. Nobody even looks at the food they're eating. They just assume that their mental issue is just some broken wiring upstairs. Well, what if the mental issue started with all the frickin' soy they put in the baby formula when the kid was young? And then they just kept feeding them Fruit Loops until they were 19 and then kicked them out of the house. I mean, so I could see that as being plausible. Mental illness is directly related to what we're consuming every day. I mean, of course, we're going to have those random situations where people are, they have deaths in the family or something traumatic happens, and of course, you're gonna suffer in some way at that point. But I mean, when we talk about how squirrely people are at times, I mean, a lot of it has to do with the food and the sugars. But there's not a whole lot of talk around that. Let's see, Don I was putting a knife in jail for bashing Trudeau. I can't stand Trudeau. That guy just needs to stay away. I mean, he needs to just go away. I got a lot of friends from Canada, and I had friends from Canada right before this even started. At one point, I was thinking of moving to Canada because I was just getting so sick and tired of the United States for a while. I mean, there is no real perfect country. If I was going to find a better place to live, I mean, some people are going to laugh at this, but Vietnam's a pretty nice place. The Philippines, another nice place. Hawaii, it's not even on the radar. Although I thought about moving to Hawaii at one point for work, and that was the only reason. But they made it near impossible to even do business over there. Because years ago, I was buying cars here and I was shipping them over to Hawaii, and they were making pretty good. So I could buy a car here for $1,000. I could sell that same car in Hawaii for anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. But at that time, the shipping cost wasn't nearly what it is. And then COVID happened and they shut down the shipping lanes for anybody shipping vehicles that way. So they just made it incredibly difficult. You had to be, in the inn, wealthy, the buddy club, in order to get your stuff shipped over there. They were even making it hard for people that lived in Hawaii to move out of Hawaii. That was scary. I couldn't imagine. They were just trying to get their stuff out of there because they didn't want to live there anymore. It's kind of like California. People that are in California were having a hard time down there, because they couldn't get away from California or New York City fast enough. And we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Yes. I'm pretty sure my wife's going to want some burgers later. That's going to make it really, really hard. Hey there, Luke. Hey, thanks for hanging out there for a minute. Let's see, reading a book, Metabolic, really shows how they started into just medicate. Let's see, it comes back to money. Yeah, everything comes back to money these days. I mean, people, especially in the carnivore community and vegan community and around the health industry, it's like everybody's pointing fingers at the food industry, just like the United States points at Russia being bad, or, just nonsense stuff like that. And it all boils down to nonsense. So the thing is about the food industry here in the United States is we all have a choice. And these people know that we're stupid and we're getting dumber by the day, because there's so many people consuming their products, and it's actually proven that too much sugar makes us dumber. I mean, that's scientific evidence there. That if you eat too much sugar, too many carbs, and you overdo it, have too much high fructose corn syrup, you get dumber. And that's what these companies are relying on, is our stupidity. And I was that guy for a long time. I was tired of being the dummy and just eating garbage. And it makes a big difference when you start eating healthy. I mean, even if I were just to eat only this meat right here, I'd be so far ahead of the game, the food industry game, because they're just there to make money. They're providing products that people are buying, regardless if it's a healthy product or not. That's up to the consumer. That's not up to the person manufacturing it, and the people that are employed there. They don't get to make that decision. It's somebody else. Now, we could make regulations, but don't you think we have enough regulations in this country as it is? Because every time you make a rule, you got to make another rule, and you got to make a rule for that rule, and then it just becomes all just craziness. But if more people would figure out that they're in charge of their own destiny, their own health, then I think everybody's life would improve, instead of just saying, oh, well, we don't have any choices. I mean, I don't have to go to McDonald's. I don't have to buy the food in the center aisles. Granted, it took me a while to get away from the center aisles or McDonald's. I mean, it did. It took a while to figure it out. I didn't just do it overnight. And I think that's where a lot of people fail, is because they want instant gratification. They want to lose weight now. They don't want to do the exercise. They don't want to put in the time to learn why they're losing weight or anything of that nature. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I got 1, 2. That's going to be a fat one. All right. Because I don't think I can cut that one in half any further. So, whatever. Mash that one down a little bit. There we go. I try not to mash the burgers too much, because if you mash them too much, they don't cook right. They don't cook right. They don't have the right texture. That's how they start to get dry. Yeah. But yeah, this is the cheapest way here in Alaska I have found to buy meat. You just buy a 10-pound chub at Costco Business Center, and you can make a whole bunch of burgers for you, your friends, your family, barbecues, and you're going to save a ton of money. This is cheaper than buying any frozen meat, and it's healthier too. I mean, it's fresher, it's healthier, it's going to taste better. But yeah, barbecue season is among us. I mean, granted, we don't have any snow on the ground, but it's been cold. It was like 40-something degrees last night, which is still pretty chilly for this time of year. But Alaska really doesn't have a normal, people say it all the time. Well, this isn't a normal spring, or this isn't a normal winter. It's like, we don't have a normal anything. I haven't seen normal since I moved up here. I mean, my first year or two living here, I mean, I watched a tornado come across the Palmer Hay Flats. I was like, and it never made the news. There was like 30 of us sitting there parked, because a little tornado was coming across the road, and it was an actual tornado, but there was like no mention of it at all. But you could see the fingers coming out of the sky, the little God fingers that come out. And since it was nice flat and it went across, it didn't stick around long. It didn't do any damage. But yeah, it was a for real tornado. And I just came up from the lower 48. So yeah, I was used to tornadoes either chasing me or getting stuck in them, or, getting too close to the house to where I have to actually get in the car and drive 5 miles in some direction just to get away from it. Yeah, tornadoes are nuts. You can keep those things away from me. Tornadoes, and I'm not scared of snakes, but they had a lot of snakes down there too. Those little rattlers, little baby rattlers. They like to hide inside the trees, right down in the root system, and they blend in so well. You always had to worry about the baby rattlers more than the bigger ones, because the bigger ones, they got their developed rattler, and they can actually let you know they're in the area, so you hear it and you just kind of walk away from it. Then all the spiders. Now there were these these tarantulas, like about once a year, there was a whole bunch of tarantulas that used to come out of this like rock wall, and then they would cross the road and go down to the creek, get a drink of water, and then they would go back. I mean, if I was down there, I'd love to get video of that because that was fascinating. I don't even think I had a camera phone at that time, and if I did, it was one of like the old Nokia ones. No, they didn't even have a camera on them at that time. It was just the buttons. That's all it was, the buttons, and we were playing Snake on the phone at that time, real pixelated Snake game, where it kind of just chase your tail around, try not to hit it. Let's see, Bearded Alvin Johnson used to take insulin within 2 weeks of carnivore, was off of it. Yeah, I got some relatives that got diabetes. I found out one's had it for a while. They won't listen. Now another one's, I found out just recently that she's got it, and pretty bad too. And yeah, the hard part is just breaking through. It's like, hey, if you try doing something like this, or your life's going to improve, you're probably not going to need as much medication as you think you do. Because when you start getting on stuff like insulin and then relying on that just to live, that sucks. What happens if you run out? What you going to do? I mean, because I don't even know if they teach that anymore. Because back when I was in high school, I think the nurse and some of the teachers, we had diabetic kids when I was growing up in high school. I think they used sugar cubes. Like if something happened, like somebody had like an insulin response, they'd put a sugar cube, or had low insulin. They'd put a sugar cube on their tongue, let it dissolve, and that kid would bounce right back. They'd give that kid a little bit of salt and water, and they'd be out on the playground in 20 minutes. Don't miss all the diabetes drugs off the insulin, metformin. I am so lucky I never had to go through all that. And I thought for sure I was gonna, because I was so bad. I thought for sure I was gonna be a diabetic. And I'm so thankful that I was never a diabetic. Because the stuff that diabetes gives you is just, it's a pain in the butt. It's hard to get rid of too. It's hard to even avoid, is my point. Because if I were diagnosed, let's say 2 years ago, and I wasn't even at my worst 2 years ago, but if I was diagnosed 2 years ago, I would have probably just ate myself to death at that point, because I was going downhill anyways. I just couldn't imagine, because getting a diagnosis in the first place kind of puts you in a dark place. You're like, oh, what did I do to myself? And unfortunately, so many people have diabetes now that I think it's become the norm. That people are getting diabetes and having to get medication to take care of it, because these drugs are so readily available if you have insurance. But if you don't have insurance, then that becomes a financial nightmare. And I don't know how people figure out their solution after that. Wow, that was like the fastest, probably because I got half of it over there. Well, not quite half. I got enough of it over there. Toss this in the bag. Perfect. That was my knife. Let's see what I want to do. Okay, I can take my gloves off now. Yay. So I've been sleeping without my CPAP lately, which is nice. So I'm to that point now where I can safely sleep at night. I feel pretty good. I still have it next to the bedside if I feel like I'm having any problems. And one night I did use it, and I slept worse when I used it. That sucked. But yeah, let's kind of flatten this out a little bit. And I'll let my wife know that this is in there so she can make something for dinner. You know how wives, they get cranky when there's like not a lot of food options in the house. Sorry, finances suck right now. It'll improve. Everything will improve. Once I get back to work, yeah, everything will be just fine. Just waiting to go back to work. Hurts my brain. So I was thinking of either doing a live stream or creating because I don't need to make hard-boiled eggs right now, but I have an InstaVortex air fryer over here, and I've been doing a little bit of research on how to basically air fry eggs to make them like they're hard-boiled. So I was thinking about making an actual video for that, because those videos tend to get circulated a little bit better. And I can do it on a live stream too. Actually, we can do a live stream about me making a video. That works. Kills two birds with one stone, maybe three, who knows? Because I can make a short video out of the long version. I mean, I just got to think outside the box when it comes to doing this stuff. And I quite often I'll use these live streams here. If I got really decent talking points that are pretty close together, I can usually cherry pick something decent if the audio sounds good, because sometimes it glitchy audio. That doesn't work out well. But I can use these for doing some short form videos too, and I have been known to do that. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Boom. Aha. My bone bag. So now you're in the wrong order. All right, gotta get these set up right here. Well, you're put away. Enough. Okay, that's put away. I got some bacon I need to cook up too at some point. It's been in here for a while. I don't know. There that is. But yeah, it's I don't know. You want to make some bacon? I know my wife's not in the mood to make bacon right now. Her back's out. She's not doing too well right at the moment. She's having a hard time. Let's get that out of the way. Go up there. There we go. Anyways, let's see what here. Have a great day, Bearded. Okay, have a great day, Bearded. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for dropping in there, Bearded Alvin. I appreciate you. Let's see, Russell. Ramen noodle flavors are chicken and beef with cream cheese. Oh, so the best ramen noodle seasoning alternative I found was that Redmond's Real Salt, seasoned salt. That's so good. I mean, when you open it, it smells just like ramen noodles seasoning, but it's healthier for you. It's good stuff in there. I haven't tried them in the oven. I also haven't tried them in the air fryer, but air fryer content's pretty popular right now too. So yeah, I can just try it out in the air fryer, see how it turns out. But right at this very moment, I still have 7 or 8 hard-boiled eggs. But I do need to make some anyways for pickled eggs. So I wanted to try that out for that. But I hear the biggest thing is you got, as soon as you're done in the air fryer, you got to take them out and put them straight in an ice bath, and that way they'll be easier to peel. Similar to boiling eggs too, I guess. So yeah, I'm debating. See, here's the problem: if I cook bacon today, I'm gonna want to eat it. Yeah, it's hard to cook bacon and not because when you're cooking bacon, it's like one of the givens. You get a little bacon grease on your skin and it burns, and you kind of reward yourself with a piece of bacon. So I think I'm going to hold off on the bacon today. And we'll get this area picked up a little bit, put these bags away. The dog already took off after the cutting board and cleaned it up real nice for me. She's a good doggy. But yeah, for us, it's the last day of school for the kids. So that's a big deal. That means we don't have to, everybody doesn't have to wake up all at the same time first thing in the morning. I believe my son is going to be working extra hours at McDonald's. And he's done pretty well for himself working at McDonald's. I mean, he's been there for a while now. He's been there over a year. Maybe he's going on 2 years now. But I really didn't think he would have stuck this one out as long as he did, because teenagers don't. I remember how many jobs I had when I was a kid. I worked at Walmart. Walmart was one of them, but it was later on. But when I was a younger kid, I worked at a grocery store called Shaw's, and I was one of the baggers. That was back when kids were bagging groceries, and I was one of the kids that would go out and get shopping carts. They called it shagging shopping carts. That was fun. Oh. But yeah, let me check my messages real quick. I gotta slide that down. I can do that while I'm on a live stream. I got spam. And then Alaska Department of Safety announcements. So I have those set up on my messengers, on my email list, because I need to know any changes in road conditions and stuff like that. So they send me that information. Yes, I am a girl. Thank you there, baseball bros. You can be my bro. I'm gonna make you my favorite baseball bros. Yeah, we can go hang out. We could have a more better talk about that if you'd like. I'm a pretty sociable guy. Let's see. Try oven method. Don't even have to cool in water. Put eggs on the rack. I usually do 8 to 12 at a time. Bake 325 for 30 minutes. See, now in the air fryer, I can almost cut that down in half. Pretty close to half. I can do it at 260 for 17 minutes is what I was going to start. But the thing is, air fryers are all different. And it seems like when people cook stuff down in lower 48 and I try to use temperatures they're using down there up here, it doesn't work out as well. So I got to like thread the needle and kind of figure out my own adjustments to make. So you're still using your vibration plate? I haven't been using it for a while. I haven't needed it. Like I said, I'm wearing these new sneakers now, and they're not new. They're like 3 or 4 years old. I got so fat I couldn't wear these shoes anymore. I got them on now, and they just feel good. They feel almost like I'm wearing my Skechers. Were you sore when you first started using your vibration plate? A little bit. Now, if you're using a vibration plate, Donna, and you feel soreness and irritation, like Jill, I recommended that when she tries hers, just to use it on the lowest setting. I have not even turned it up. You got to be pretty well used to it before you can start turning it up into the higher settings. So I would do 5 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops. And then I would wait, maybe 4 or 5 hours, then might try it again. But it helped. It helped a ton. But yeah, you don't want a bunch of soreness. You don't want your head to feel like you don't want your eyesight to feel like it's shaking all over the place. Definitely bend your knees a little bit. That's helpful too. But if you're getting pain up in your knees and your ankles, you just gotta slow down how long you use it for. Like only use it for 5 minutes and then gradually build up to it. Because it does create a lot of vibration all the way up through the body. I have it under my desk and okay, that's a good way to use it too. But yeah, definitely do on the low setting. It's fun to turn it up to the high setting. I get it. We all have that child in us. It's like, oh yeah, and it's great fun. But I did it once for like 10 minutes, and then I realized my knees were starting to get sore, and I was like, that's not what you want out of a vibration plate. If you get like sore joints, that's an issue. That could be an issue. You could be doing damage. I need to figure out what I'm doing next. But yeah, okay. So I don't know. I'm gonna try this first. We're gonna try the air fryer. I need to pick up my cutting board. I need to find you guys. I lost you. You're way over there. You're so far away. But now that I got my meat processed, I can put the cat food dishes back. Because I try that just to move the cat food dishes to keep them off of the counter or off of the table when I'm working with raw meat, because it's just the easiest way for me to do it is right here at the table. And my house is completely destroyed right now. And I wanted to do a video about the unboxing of this product down here that Bill sent me. I haven't had a chance to even get it out of the box because I got all of this just piling up, and it's the end of school, so all this stuff's piling up, and we'll deal with it. And then plus looking for work and hopefully finding work has been an issue. So yeah, man, it's just like a collection of water bottles. The nice thing I like about my family is my kids. They all have their own water bottles, and they like bringing their own water to school from the house because we have really good water. We have really good water here. I'm trying to drag out this air fryer without destroying it. So I have to move it out a little bit in order to use it. And it never got, I wonder who the heck used this thing last. It wasn't me. I'm going to have to clean this silly thing out. What a pain. So the door comes off. That's kind of cool. Only if you're nice to it. I don't know what happened to my towel. There it is. So the only thing I don't like about the InstaVortex Plus is it has this little groove here. I don't know if you guys can even see that. Let me move this. What I'm talking about is this little groove right here. It catches a lot of the crumbs. They all fall down in there. Might as well wipe that off while I'm here. But they're hard to get out from down inside there. You can probably do this too, so you can actually see down inside the hole that I'm talking about. And then I have a button to turn on a light. But okay, you see all them little crumbs right there? I mean, those, they just fall in there from where the door goes. So it just makes it kind of hard to get them out. I have thoroughly cleaned this thing several times, and those crumbs are just going to happen. Okay, I don't need to toast extra bits. We're going to try this, see how this works. See if I can get it to do what I want it to do. Oh, who did this? Why? Now these trays are easy to clean off, but they do wear out. So at some point I'm going to need some more trays because they got a non-stick coating on it. And just like anything with like Teflon, you don't want to overuse them after that. Oh my goodness. Look what I did. You guys see that? I almost died. Holy cow. What in the world? Ow, I hurt myself. Look at that. That sucks. That actually injured me. Okay. So, I think we're getting close. I'm only going to use the rack in the middle for this. So, let's go find some eggs. Ow. That really sucks. I hurt. Ow, it hurt. Yeah, that was fun. No. Okay. I'm going to have to set you guys down for a second and get the... I'm going to need scissors. And I'm also going to need to... Let's see. I'm trying to come up with a plan. So far, this isn't working. Hey there, Dutch Carnivore. Appreciate you jumping in. We're going to do an experiment here real quick with the InstaVortex Plus. I love this air fryer. I bought it a while ago, but when I bought it, I wasn't even doing any type of diet. In my mind, I thought it was going to be a better option for making, frozen burritos, frozen pizzas, or stuff like that. But it's a really cool product. And I have gotten some use out of it lately, because I was trying to find other ways of cooking burgers and steaks. I haven't tried bacon yet. It's got a really cool light on the inside. Yeah, super cool. But okay, I need to get my eggs ready. And unfortunately, they're still in the wrapper. And I thought about that when I put them in here. All right, how am I going to do this without destroying eggs? All right, these are not the eggs I want to use. So we're going to try these eggs right here. These are just the Kirkland cage-free grade A, 5 dozen eggs. We can get these here in Alaska for a little over $13. They're not bad. It's cheaper. And the only reason I buy these now is because I can't afford to buy the fresh eggs from my friends that have chicken, because chicken feed is not cheap either. And they have to pay for their chicken feed. So it's not fair to me to ask them to, hey, lower your price so I can afford it, because they still got to feed their chickens, so they got to make their money. But yeah, if you can get your eggs from a chicken friend, that'd be perfect. So let's see, how many eggs do you think I can fit on here? And can you even see that? Yeah, you can see that. Very good. Wow, I'm doing stuff on the internet. Fun. Okay, these are just the plain white eggs. The reason I use these is because they peel a whole lot easier for some reason than these brown eggs. I have a problem with these, and these are just Wilcox eggs. They're tasty. They're great for breakfast, scrambled eggs. Let's see how many we can fit on there. Okay, got 3. Somebody did a dozen. I think I can get a dozen on here. Hopefully I don't throw any on the floor because these aren't cooked yet. All right. That's more than a dozen, right? Okay, well, we got, what, 5, 10, there's 15 on here. Okay, we got 15 eggs on there. We're going to start with that. That's not a good idea. Okay, man. Let's figure this out a little better. Get you guys spun around so you can see what I'm doing over here. Because we're going to put these in the air fryer. I need to get that thing warmed up too. And figure out how to make this thing work. So I'm going to want the temperature, hit air fry. It's probably going to be pretty loud. No. I think she did. No, we're going to do 360. And then the time. All right. The time is set. Now I gotta, that should run the, wow, that's loud. That's super loud even to me. And I'm not even on the other end of the phone. Holy cow. So it's gonna preheat for a little bit. We're gonna put 15 eggs on the center rack right there. We're gonna let that run for 17 minutes. In the meantime, I need to get these moved over here. Yeah, we're gonna try this out, see how it works. Cover those up. I need to get these put in the fridge again. Dun dun dun. Walking around the kitchen with the camera in my hand. Alright, get these put away. I gotta get these put away. I am not sure what's going on here. We got something weird going on here. Okay. That's taken care of. Get these off in the fridge. I don't need them sitting on the counter. Okay. So that'll be fun. I hope. I get really upset when I make eggs and mess them up because that's one of my staples in my diet. So while we're waiting on that to heat up, we can see what's going on here, see if anybody said anything different in the thread. But I'm super curious to see how this works. Because if I don't have to boil water, then I don't have to worry about putting salt and baking soda in the water, and I don't have to worry about a bunch of eggs being hard to peel. But I don't know, it's an experiment. I don't have any whiskey, Xavier. I don't drink alcohol. Hey there, Amethyst. How you doing? Kodiak Joe. Just saying hi. I'm heading to Anchorage and then out to the valley again. Do you ever go to Twin Dragon anymore? I would go there. I would definitely load up on their Mongolian beef at the barbecue. I've even added cabbage and what else is there? The sprouts are pretty good. Now the sprouts here in Anchorage, they're all grown locally, and they're really fresh. They're not shipped from anywhere. Sprouts have to be like done locally. And there's a big supplier here in town. Some of the best sprouts you can get are over there in Mountain View or New Sagayas if you're looking for sprouts. Hey there, Holly Hobby. Appreciate you jumping in. Do you have an Instapot? So the Insta Vortex 360 is made by Instapot, so that's the closest thing to saying I have an Instapot. It's just an air fryer. So no, I don't have an Instapot. And I'm really just learning how to use this air fryer. I was thinking about making some beef jerky with it at some point. I just need to get some, steak and cut it thinly and put it in there and make something similar to carnivore snacks. But I was also thinking of taking that steak, putting them in water, and putting like Celtic sea salt in the water as the brine, letting those sit in there for 2 to 3 hours before I try making the jerky. That way it soaks up a lot of the salt. Let's see. I'll be in Alaska next month. I'm in the Army. I'm in Washington State right now. It's a good time to come up here, Xavier. Yeah, be a good time. So, what part of Alaska are you flying into? You coming into what do we got over here? Elmendorf, Fort Rich. Are you going to Wainwright? There's a few different. There's some oddball little tiny places too you can come into as well. Yeah. See what happened to my finger? That hurt. Ow. Oh well. Now if I was at work, duct tape. We duct tape it and I go to work for the rest of the day. It's going. Here we go. Get ready. Get set. Ta-da! All right, flip you around. Da-da-da. There we go. There we go. We got 15 eggs on the rack. It's going on the center rack. Right here. Probably gonna burn myself. Now, supposedly this is all I gotta do. And I just shut that and the thing starts all by itself. And in the meantime, I need to get the cold water going in the sink. Probably rinse down any crumbs that might be in there. This is where I normally do a cold water bath anyways. And the water here is super cold. Comes right out of the mountains. Let's see, that's done. I'm going to need some sort of utensils. I don't want to use those. Where's the other ones? They're in here somewhere. Anybody got a drawer that looks like this? It's just stuff. You get my tongs ready. Tongs are helpful. I did want to get those little mitts for the air fryer because, I mean, these work. You can still pluck it out of there and pull that out with a set of tongs. But it helps if they have the rubber tips on it. And I've already damaged the tip on this one. It's kind of gone. But yeah, this is what happens when you buy really cheap utensils on Amazon. One of my favorites is this spoon. Not this one. There's another one in here somewhere. It's pretty well damaged. But when you order these things online, you got to remember that these tubes are hollow. And this is just from tapping it. All this damage here is just from tapping it on the, like doing that on the side of a crock pot. So you need to get some new utensils that are going to hold up a little bit better. That's good for that. And then, yeah, it's just a process. Once I get back to work, I'll be able to get all this stuff and then do some more content around, what I might have gotten or something like that. Because I used to order just tons and tons of stuff on Amazon just when I was working. But yeah, you know how it is. When you're not working, it's kind of hard to get stuff coming in from Amazon. The rubber tips always make, really, they do. I've never had that problem. It usually helps. For me, it does. I got both. I got regular metal tongs. I got barbecue tongs. Those seem to work pretty good for the air fryer, at least. Let's see. How are you today, Holly Hobbies? All right, I need to try that. Shannon, let's see. Good idea. Yeah, that's something we would do anyways. Before I started the carnivore diet, before I started worrying about soy. So like soy sauce, it's got a lot of sodium in there. So typically we would brine our jerky in soy sauce. We'd add brown sugar. We'd add whatever other, honey maybe. Mix that all up real good and make a brine out of it. Maybe put some, spices in there, some paprika, maybe some barbecue seasoning or, stuff like that just to make a whatever type of jerky we wanted. And up here in Alaska, I can make salmon jerky in there if we could get some salmon in here. That would be fun. See how that turns out. Because salmon jerky is amazing. Smoked salmon jerky is absolutely awesome. It tastes like candy. We call it native crack. Let's see, I put out dozens of applications. Finding work in New York has been rough. Miss Alaska. Yeah, if you're in the service industry, like doing food type work or restaurant type stuff, there's tons of jobs here for that. But right now we're in the middle of transition season here. Within the next month, the tourist industry is going to kick off. There's going to be just a ton of freaking jobs in the tourist industry. People to haul baggage, people to drive people from place to place. Bus drivers are needed. Shuttle drivers are needed. And it's some of those jobs are hard to acquire, you know, depending on the need of the company. But a lot of these jobs are going to take you away from Anchorage. They're going to take you like out to Denali Park, you know, down on the Kenai, Homer area, maybe on a cruise ship. I mean, there's tons of jobs. But yeah, we used to get a whole bunch of that smoked salmon. And you could always tell, you know, when you walk in somebody's house if they're into the smoked salmon that day, just because it sticks to your fingers, it sticks everywhere, and then they wipe it on their clothes accidentally, and they walk around smelling like it. It's like, yeah, typically only take up to 6 eggs, so clearly not designed for carnivore. Yeah. Dedicated egg cookers. Never find those. I don't know. I don't think I would buy something. You know, that we went through a phase here about 10 or 15 years ago where they started making like all these little special sandwich makers. I think I might have 1 or 2 of those around here. They're like little single waffle makers. I mean, they're like tiny ones. Or make little snack desserts, little foldable snack dessert, iron press thing. And I always thought of those things like utter nonsense. It's like something you're going to buy, you're going to use it 2 or 3 times, and then you're going to stop using it, and it's just going to sit there and take up space for the rest of your life, and you'll find it in somebody's yard sale for a reason. Yeah. But yeah, I had the George Foreman grill for a while because I thought that was a great product for a little while because it's slanted and then the grease slides off. I thought at that time the grease was not good for us. Well, yeah, sorry there. I mean, George, he had a great idea, and it made him a lot of money. But yeah, when you actually want that fat, we're not trying to get rid of it. I mean, now if you were to cook bacon, yeah, you don't want to have all that fat when you're eating bacon because it's already going to have a lot of fat. You can use that fat for later. But that thing didn't work well for cooking bacon, and trust me, I tried cooking bacon on the George Foreman grill. Where are we at? We're down to 11 minutes. I think I got some ice ready too for the ice bath, so that might, I mean, I'm kind of excited because I want to see how this works. If it works, if the egg turns out just right, I might just continue doing my eggs this way in the air fryer because I like to make a lot of pickled eggs. Now, waiting for the water to boil, that's a pain in the butt. Everybody's done that. And then you got to deal with the pot that gets dirty. Here, I'm not really getting anything dirty. It's just that little tray, and you can rinse it off. And then you're done. Put it up in the dish rack, and you're done. This would simplify my life a lot. Have you ever tried an infrared indoor grill? No, I have not. I don't have. I mean, for starters, I live in a pretty small home, and our sheds are full of camping gear and other stuff, you know, outdoorsy type stuff. Plus my basic tools if I need to work on my vehicles and stuff like that. So the sheds are pretty much taken up. We have 2 sheds, so the back shed is just full of seasonal stuff. So we got the Halloween stuff in there, we got Thanksgiving, we got Christmas, we got birthday stuff in that shed. And that's also where we keep all of our winter gear. So we have 5 people in this house. We require a lot of winter gear, change of seasons. So, and then all that stuff gets packed away and put away. And it takes up a lot of room. So you got to have a place to put that too. It's kind of hard just to have it inside one home. Oh, I'm feeling tired today. I'm not sure why. I haven't had my electrolytes today, so that could be part of it. Can you see Russia from your house? No, that's Sarah Palin's house maybe, but she lives that way. I really wish she would have never said that. I mean, there's a lot of us up here that wish Sarah Palin didn't say a lot of things. Yeah, steamer ovens work great for boiling eggs. Curious if it works without steam? I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying this air fryer idea. I researched a bunch of different videos, and I came up with like 100 different type of air fryers other than what I have, and I only found like one or two people that are using this particular air fryer. So I want to do this experiment. If it turns out all right, I'm gonna probably make a short video around it, you know, because it only takes like about 5-10 minutes to make up the script and just get the video clips recorded. I'm going in and out, and how they turn out, a before and after picture, and there you go. You got a YouTube short. That's how this works. No one in Alaska can though. It's about 31 miles across the ocean. So yeah, even at the closest point, which is all the way out, I think it's off the Aleutian chain. That's one of the closest points there. Now Nome, that's not that far away. I mean, that's pretty close as well. Now a lot of the driftwood that we get here, because people don't know this, in those places far north, there's no trees past the mountain ranges. There's 0 trees. All there are is bushes, and they have wood all year round, and they get that wood from driftwood, and it drifts in from all over the world. A lot of the wood drifts just across the ocean from Russia, and then it washes up on the beach, and that's how they have wood to survive. Wood to survive the cold winters is they harvest the wood off the beaches. It's pretty neat. But yeah, I'd like to get back up to Nome too. If I could do that this year, that would be fantastic too. I was next to none in Kotzebue. We had the trade fairs with Russia every 3 or 4 years. Nome. Yeah, Nome is where my family is, and I'd like to get up there and visit. We got a family camp out there too, which my wife's gone fishing at, and it looks so nice and peaceful, except for the mosquitoes. I mean, if there's a breeze, it's not too bad because the mosquitoes blow across and they blow away. But the mosquitoes are just treacherous up there. There's so many bugs. Where are we at? We're down to 7 minutes. All right. I'm hopeful on this one. Like I said, this is an experiment. We're gonna see how this works out. There's my little wondrous machine there. It works. I mean, it's pretty cool. And I have this down here. Took the air out of this dog last night, and this is what happened. It just kind of lays there. And my cat just chilling out on the donated, not really donated, found in the garbage cat rack. I just need to go over and open the door and shut it. There we go. Open door, shut door. I do know that some of the eggs are they're making these little spots. Hopefully, they're almost browning on the outside. That's shake them a little bit. Weird. Okay, I wonder why that is. You see that? Oh my goodness, sorry guys. I'm like right in your face. I'm trying to show you the eggs. But yeah, weird. They're getting these little dark spots on there. Again, experiment. Put that in there until it's done. See how that works. Wow, that was creepy. I looked at the screen and I was like expecting to see the eggs, and I'm like, hey guys, we're good. A little too up close and personal. I apologize for that. Weird. Yeah, they're, I never even knew that until I talked to Akka. Akka's grandma, for those that might not know. I mean, Akka is a term for grandma in a lot of different cultures. I'm not sure if the Russians use it as well, but there's a lot of other tribes that use the term Akka all over the world. But I talked to her, because she was asking me, how are you losing all the weight in her own cute little native way? And, I told her, I'm just eating meats and fats. And she's like, oh, good. I mean, this is what I hear from a lot of people, especially the Asian cultures. They ask, like, hey, how are you losing all the weight? And you just tell them, I'm doing the, meat diet, carnivore diet. It's associated as the meat diet, and it was before somebody came up with the term carnivore diet. So the meat diet's been around for thousands of years, apparently. I just didn't know that. Many of us didn't, now because we associate it with the carnivore diet. But yeah, these people have practiced that diet for forever, since forever ago, and it works. And there's many people in different cultures that have been doing it for a long, long time, well before it's not a new thing. Thank you there, Northern Stitcher. Yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm just hoping I don't ruin 15 eggs. I should have probably done like 6 eggs instead, but I got 15 eggs in there. I'm hopeful. I'm not going to ruin them. What do we got left for time? We're down to 4 minutes. At some point, I need to get the ice out, put it in the. Ain't no scurvy going on with carnivore diet, bro. Yeah, that's a myth. There's a lot of myths about the carnivore diet. It's going to make you constipated. The meat's going to just rot in your colon and create cancer. It's just totally. I don't know how that stuff's even allowed to be talked about because it's completely false. I mean, there's so many community guidelines on talking about nonsense and stuff that's just not true, and that stuff's just still allowed to run rampant. Most vegetarian animals have plenty of vitamin C in their meat. Yeah. I mean, that's where we get our vitamin C is from the meat, red meat in particular. There's a lot less in pork and chicken, but yeah, you can get plenty of vitamin C in lamb as well. Lamb, bison. How do you even take shits without fiber? You see, the thing about fiber is fiber does not digest. So fiber literally blocks the passage. It's what makes a poop to the point you get constipated. That's what happened to me. So they put me on a fiber type diet, and then they were even asking me to have extra fiber. I was so constipated I almost had to go to the hospital. It was so bad. It was like giving birth to a little baby coconut when that happened. But the thing is about meat is it's just meat and fat and protein, so it just glides right out, and it's perfectly, it's the most perfect poops I've ever had in my life. I mean, just seriously, it's crazy. I talk about poop a lot on the carnivore diet because everybody poops. You know, vegetarians poop, carnivores poop. But I can pick and choose now when I go to the bathroom, so it's not an emergency. You know, when I was eating vegetables and beans and legumes and weird stuff like that on a vegan type diet, it was a freaking emergency. You know, I had to know where everything was, you know, where the bathrooms were, because when I had to go, it was like, you know, clench your butt and you're running. You're like, I gotta go now. And then it just all comes out. Killing animals when you have non-violent alternatives is immoral. And I am Alaskan Native, and this is what we do in Alaska, and it's never gonna stop, bro. You can do whatever you want. I mean, I understand how people think that way. The alternatives suck, by the way. You know, you think that the more humane way is to eat vegetables. Well, guess what you're doing? If you're buying vegetables, you're killing how many animals to have your vegetables? Now, I grow vegetables here too. I'm not against vegetables, but my point is what vegetables do to me, I'm against that. Now, when I grow vegetables out here in my yard, I got moose getting in there. I got all the animals, the cats, I got rabbits getting in there. And in order to take care of them, well, you got to kill them. You got to kill them or they keep coming back. You know, just like the bugs. That's why there's so many poisons on top of all the vegetables nowadays. It's just they're covered in poison because they got to get the bugs off in order to have a product worthy of selling in the store. So you're just buying trash. You don't get that when you eat meat. You know, I'm not buying a cow that's been sprayed down with pesticide. It's just crazy. Yeah, destroying the earth with detrimental and killing. But yeah, there's a circle of life here. You know, we're not the only animals that eat other animals, by the way. There's plenty of animals that eat on us, even up here in Alaska. That's just kind of how it works. Yay. And eating eggs, I'm not killing anybody. That's what I'm doing. All right. Got my ice trays out. Da, da, da. All right, we're going to work now. We got some stuff going on. Just flipped around. Okay. What are you guys looking at? I got to see what you're looking at. There we go. All right, going to pop this out. You know, whoa. I don't even have to do, I can just put this in the water. There we go. I just set the whole thing in there. Boom. Just like that. I don't even have to worry about that. Now we can put the ice in there. That was easy. Okay. That was easy peasy. Get that stirred around. Here in a couple minutes, we'll be able to peel these eggs and see what's going on here. And I can get these ready to go back in the fridge. Yeah, I love those people that like try to make a moral dilemma about people that eat meat. Like it's ever going to stop anybody from eating meat. That's not how that works. You know, they did a good job when I was a kid of making me feel bad. And as an adult, I figured out that the majority of vegans are actually between the ages of like 16 and 35 years old. Why aren't they older? There aren't that many older vegans out there. You know why? Because they found out that they need meat. Because without it, they die. So I'd like to find out where they're getting their collagen from. You know, because there is no plant-based collagen out there, by the way. There's no plant-based collagen. They figured out some sort of scientific way to get B12. But seriously, why should you have to science a way of getting B12 if you're going to be a vegan? It doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know. I tried it. It didn't work. I had tons of problems. You know, I was all on board for a while. Like, yeah, let's not kill animals. Let's eat less animal products. But I do believe there needs to be more restrictions on how humane it is for these people to, you know, raise and farm these type of animals, because it's not going to stop. The only thing you can do is fix a couple regulations wrapped around, you know, humanitarian, not necessarily humanitarian type issues, and make it easier on the animal. Because I don't like animals that suffer. If I'm gonna eat an animal or hunt an animal, I want that thing dispatched as quick as possible. I've even had to put down moose that were suffering on the side of the highway because a truck came by and the moose walked out in front of it, and then it destroyed it. Every single bone in that moose was gone. So, and it was just laying there like a floundering jellyfish. Yeah, I had to take it. We had to kill it. As sad as it was, I didn't feel good because it was a young moose. And I felt horrible, you know, because that particular moose wasn't being hunted. It wasn't, you know, for food or sustenance, even though somebody comes along a couple hours later and somebody gets it and picks it up and they actually harvest what's left of it. But what a pain in the butt, especially when your moose just turned into jello. I couldn't imagine the bone fragments in that moose. Hey, buddy, you're looking great today. I mean, keep it up. Let's see, I bought 11 pounds of ground beef today at the butcher here in Sarnia, Ontario. Oh, $84. What's your exchange rate? So $84, that's not $84 US. Man, I had a hard time when I was driving through Canada because the exchange rate was just so whacked out back then. Gasoline was so expensive. It was so expensive. All right, see, are these cooled off enough? Yeah, they feel pretty good now. Huh. Wow. One of them actually cracked. Crazy. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, one of them cracked in there. Didn't make a mess. That's a new one. All right, we're just going to put these up in an egg carton. They've been chilling out long enough. I was told you really don't need to let these chill out that long. You just need to shock them enough that it loosens up the membrane. I'm going to leave 5 of them in there. I'm going to take, 6, 9. I'm going to take 9 of them out right now. We're going to start working on these, see what happens. So I'm curious. So 17 minutes at 360. And we're going to try to put these in my pickle brine because I need more. I go through these fast. I love pickling eggs. That's the best way of doing things. Woo. Here we go. So there's some weird mirror attachment people are using because the back lens, I'm using the front lens right here, but apparently these other guys are using like this mirror. So when they're looking through they can actually frame themselves a little bit easier if they have a mirror that attaches. It like attaches to the phone. It's a weird thing. I've never done it or tried it, but I have thought about it because I like doing enough of these, and if I could improve the image quality, it actually might improve, how many people stick around, want to hang out. So, all right, we gotta try these off a little bit better and see what happens. I'm gonna start with a cracked one. So this one here is the one that cracked already. We'll see what happens when I start trying to peel this one. Besides just squirting water all over my table. Wow. Okay. I didn't kill any baby chickens for this, I promise. Okay. But yeah, we kill birds too up here. We go hunting for birds. We go hunting for fish. Guess what happens if you don't fish the fish that come up the river? They die anyways. That's why we eat them. Perfectly humane and perfectly normal. Oh, weird. This is so strange. Okay. I know I'm going to have problems with this one because it was already cracked. And it's like, it's got I'm going to show you guys this here in a minute. This is crazy. Weird. Okay, the membrane's still kind of stuck to it. I can't get it off. It's almost like it's burnt to it. But this is just the one that cracked. I hope it still tastes good. I wonder if it's going to have like a toasted Cheez-It flavor. That would be intriguing. That's about the only thing I miss about processed food is those dang Cheez-Its, man. Those things, I was like an addict for Cheez-Its. I was also an addict for things like Doritos. Now, my favorite Doritos are the ones that got way too much seasoning on them. Those are the ones I'd like search for. Oh, wow. The backside of this peeled really, really fast and kind of nice. I'm being careful. I don't really want to wreck this one anyways, even though it's probably not the best one. So strange how this cooked. Weird. Come off. I want to show these people this without you being a disastrous mess. We're almost done. This one, even as hard as this one is to peel, it's still peeling better than those brown eggs. Oh, okay, I ruined part of it. That's okay. So I just wanted to show you guys what happens when the egg cracks when it's cooking in the air fryer and it doesn't spill out and make a mess. So, okay, we're just about there. This is probably going to taste horrible, by the way. Okay. Weird. I mean, look at the color. So the crack was right around here where the egg is broken, but then it like kind of toasted the outside of the egg. The yolk here. The yolk's pretty legit. So 17 minutes gives me a yolk like that. That's cooked all the way through. Let's try the burnt. Yeah, this end's a little burnt. Hey, dog. I love you. That is a dog snack. So when your egg looks like this, don't put it in your mouth. There's going to be a texture issue, and it's going to come out and hit the floor. Give it to your dog. Okay. That was gross. Okay, no. We'll not do that again. Oh, no. What happened here? 6133 for something. I hadn't considered the islands. That's amazing. Da, 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 da. Hello, fellow yoker. Let's see. I like the folded chips. Oh, man. Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to try one that it hasn't been broken. I think there was only one that was broken. And I never even thought that one would crack while cooking in the air fryer. But it didn't make a mess, which is interesting. But yeah, when it looks like that, don't put it in your mouth. You can eat the yolk. The yolk was fine. The white kind of had like the texture of, just like chewing on a cow's ear or something like that. Not like I've chewed on a cow's ear. But you know what I mean? It was weird. It was a weird, like leathery type, plasticky type texture. Like it shouldn't be in my mouth. Okay. This one's brown too, which is strange. Now this one wasn't broken. Okay. This might just be overcooked. So I don't know. I'm going to have to mess around with this to get it right, because this is not something I would do like an actual, like, real video about. Because I'd be pretty upset if somebody told me to cook an egg like that, and because I'm not happy with this. This did not work. Yeah, a lot of discoloration here. That makes me a little upset. I should have done like 4 or 5 eggs instead of 15. Now I feel like a dum-dum. Because this is my food right now. This is what I got. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, I can't even use that egg. Ugh. What did I do? I know. I screwed up. Oh, this is a wreck. This is an absolute freaking disaster. That's a mess. This is what happens when I try stuff on live streams that I've never done before. But I was wanting to do it anyways. I'm just kind of butthurt now because I ruined 15 eggs. Yeah, I can't do anything with these. The outsides are cooked way too much. This sucks. All right. Let's see. If you just tap to initiate the crack, then roll. Yeah, I think these overcooked. So I don't know who. I'm just going off the advice of what somebody else had for a video. What's up, dear? You look all sweaty. What happened?
I took a hot bath.
Oh, okay. That explains it. I was like, are you okay?
It helped my back a lot.
About the only thing I can salvage out of these eggs is the yolk. That sucks. Yeah, that's all I got left out of that one. Oh, and the egg white is gross. Man.
They smell gross.
Yeah, I did them in the air fryer, and
yeah, I heard.
It was the wrong. They were cooked too long.
It doesn't smell good.
I was hoping to make some to put in my pickle juice because I was wanting more in there. Now I made a bunch of dog snacks and I can eat the yolk. That sucks. What the hell? It will help loosen the membrane. But the problem is, Eunice, is that these are overcooked. So I think they're all going to be a headache like that because it's like they brown on the outside. So they're all brown. Yeah, this is a total losing situation here. What happened to this one?
Ew.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened inside this one. Is there a baby chicken in there? I don't know. This one got all weird on the inside. That was just for me cracking. I've never seen one do that. So start peeling that one away. See what fun stuff. Yeah, it's not good. Dang it. So this is the stuff we get all heartbroken over. I mean, it's like if you go out deer hunting and somebody accidentally like pokes a hole in the bladder and it ruins all the meat. Yeah, that's horrible. This is such a waste. All right, we're just gonna try to salvage the yolk out of there. Sadie, you eat that? I guess she will. Do you care about the eggshell? Sadie doesn't care about the eggshell. Wow.
That was good.
All excited.
Another one.
Yeah, I want one too. Where you eat them all. My wife's trying to eat all my pickled eggs. I make these for me, but then she eats them all when I'm not looking. You ran off with the fork. Let me have the fork. You can hold that.
My fork.
You can hold that with your fingers. I swear. These gotta taste better than the ones I just made in the air fryer. Oh my goodness. Yeah, those are good. Okay, you were tapping it and not rolling it.
You want the fork now?
No, I got a spoon. Well, I can roll it. but I don't think it's gonna matter because the egg white is so overcooked. Holy crap! How much pressure? Oh,
Ew.
that's what happens when I roll it. Mm. All right, that's what in the heck. So that's the inside of the eggshell right there. That's how brown it got. So it got overcooked. Hey, dog. Hey, come here. There. Well, that was a losing battle. Gonna have to try something different because I'm so hungry. I want more eggs. And I'm doing an egg fast, so this kind of works for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna try it differently next time. I'm not gonna do as many eggs. I am gonna try to do it again in there. But yeah, I'm definitely not gonna do 17 minutes. That seemed like it was way too much. Maybe I had the temperature wrong. It might have been 360, might have been too much. I don't know. Let's go check out this air fryer. Because maybe I had it 100 degrees off. I don't know. Let's go look at it. See what I can set it up for. Okay. Turn you on. How low can I get this temperature? Set it for air fry. Oh, maybe that was the problem. Maybe I was the problem. Yeah, there we go. Oh no. How low can I go with this one? Well, this one goes way down. Ah, that was the problem. Yep. I used the wrong dang so frustrating. Now my dog made a mess of eggshells. Really, she doesn't want all the eggshell. I need to do a little bit better job with that. Ah, so depressing. I've made mistakes before, but that was a pretty bad one. That's like something I would do when I was like 12. Screw up the temperature that bad. And I made a note of what the temperature was supposed to be, and it's in my phone, and I can't access it while I'm doing a live stream, so I probably should have wrote it down on a piece of paper instead. I don't know. Dang it. We'll have to do that again sometime. Hopefully I'll have a better result. And in the meantime, whatever. Okay, guys. I gotta clean up this mess. Oh, when I started this, I started at 360, and I'm thinking that might have been like 100 degrees too high. So that makes perfect sense as to why they turned out like that. So now I'm gonna have to try it again. Like I said, if I did just less eggs, this would have been like maybe try 2 or 3. But now I got all these eggs over here hanging out with my cats. So I got all these eggs over here that are really no good except for dog snacks. I mean, I can salvage the yolks, but other than that, yeah, they're pretty much just dog snacks. Dang it. And I got injured in the process of just trying to fill around with that dang thing. Not one of my happiest days. Okay. Well, I need to get a Band-Aid put on this. We're going to dive off here. I need to take care of these eggs somehow. Not sure the best way of doing that because I do want the yolks. Either I'm going to eat the yolks or the dog's going to eat the yolks. Somebody's going to eat the yolks. We try to make use of anything, that we have. If it's edible, we either eat it or we feed it to our animals. We give it to our dogs. But yeah, I would have been really mad if I was like trying to do like a production type video and that happened. That would suck because then I'd have to redo everything and I would have wasted all that time. So I'm glad we did this today. This is a learning experience. It's definitely got me thinking now. I need to write stuff down. If I can't access it on my phone, I need to write it down. But yeah, hey, I appreciate you guys swinging on in here. Those of you that could, hit the like button before you leave. And yeah, we'll do this again. We'll come back and talk about it, what I got going on tomorrow. I'm just basically right now I'm waiting around for phone calls. So like if this company calls me, I got to be able to get up at a moment's notice and get in the car and head that direction and take care of any orientation type stuff if that happens. So right now we're just waiting on approval, and hopefully I'll have a job going soon, and then I can talk about other stuff instead of hanging out in my kitchen all the time, because that's not always fun either. But it's better than nothing. All right, guys, you take care, and yeah, we'll see you guys next time.